Hello, listeners. This is Lee Price.
This is Will Ford from Football 365.
And you're listening smartly to At the Bridge Pod, a Chelsea FC podcast, although I would describe it as the Chelsea FC podcast.
Magical from Eden Hazard.
Mata into a trap. What about that? Ivanovic!
In the middle, it's just behind him. But it's in by Hakim. Matic with the ball driver. Matic takes the net off.
Palmer, João Pedro, it's three. Chelsea are running away with the FIFA Club World Cup final.
Hat-trick hero, Cole Palmer wins an epic, sensational game.
It's time for another episode of At the Bridge Pod, your number one Chelsea FC podcast. Coming up on this episode,
we've had Western Sydney Wanderers, we've had Spurs, it's now time for Juventus. Oh, welcome back everyone to another episode of At the Bridge Pod. I'm your host Mike and I'm joined in a virtual room roaring with Lions. It's the Friday show on a Thursday, everybody. And I've got Ollie, I've got Chris. I think that's a really good start straight away. We've got three of us here. And we're looking forward to this weekend team. I need to call this a segment. I'm going to call it like shooting shit. Because half the time
that's right. We should call it that because it is shit. Yeah,
shooting some shit.
Right.
Let's shoot some shit. Come on.
What am I looking forward to this weekend? I'm still on holiday. I will be for a little while, so I'm going to probably go exploring this weekend. Look around the area where I am and spend some time. If you're on my Twitter, you probably have seen where I am. But if not, then you know you got to be there to be
Johnny's back pocket. Yeah, campaigning for votes. Chris, what have you got lined up?
Well, I'm not on holiday.
Oh, that will make one of three of us.
Yeah, so I'm doing nothing, just the usual. Coaching on Sunday, nothing on Saturday. It's not technically the weekend, but I am going to the Natural History Museum on Monday.
Oh, that is awesome! I love that.
Nice.
Yeah, love
great
a bit
place.
of history. Love a museum.
You can be there all day. I went there, I think, last year, and we spent hours and hours there.
Mm.
I mean, I'm taking a 5-year-old on the train for an hour and a half, and then on the tube for like 30 minutes.
Oh dear!
And then walking around the museum, and then having to bring him all the way home. So
don't sound too excited, Chris.
I'm imagining it's going to be a lot of, mate, it's going to be a day of ups and downs. It's going to be a day where one moment he's perfectly fine, the next moment he's bored, the next moment he's throwing a tantrum and stamping his feet because he wants to go home.
And how do you think you're going to be? How do you think you're going to be?
That was me.
We talked about you, lad. Right. Well, look, I'm going to be just pull rank and say, yeah, Ollie's on holiday. I'm heading away down south for the weekend from tomorrow night. Got Western Supermare. There you go. It's classic UK territory. Listeners, if you're from there, say hello. You don't know what. Well, you do on the Discord. You know what I look like. And you know what I said about shooting shit, because this is. I think this will be the space where we can just shoot some shit if we see. You know, we can't do moments of the weekend. First of all, we were talking about over on Monday's show about Evander when he scored an absolute galazzo, a laser beam. He only went and did it again.
Actually done as we watch the touch by Valenzuela and a strike. Go! Oh, he's done it again! Guess who? Evander turning the tide with a lightning bolt, and what do you know? Cincinnati levels at 1.
So he had a laser beam. Now he's got a lightning bolt. Back to back. Honestly, they're so bloody good goals.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll be honest. I saw that goal, and the word I want to use, I don't think we can actually use on the podcast, but it rhymes with thunder.
Oh, 100%. And if you're following my tunnel of Factory of Sadness, Seattle Sounders played last night. They played Toluca.
Oh dear.
And they lost 3-0. So it gets worse.
Are you going to win a game this season?
No. We're winning a game. Oh my gosh. And what else? Oh, well, something else I'll get to shoot some shit over. Richard Keys does Instagram. He does Instagram now. He's finished up in Qatar.
Oh, dear God.
And my word, he starts talking about Gianni Infantino being replaced by one of his friends. And it's just, I promise you, the payoff, you will never guess where this takes you or where it ends. So I'll play the clip.
Two things there. I expect really very shortly to be podcasting from Chequers. He's conquered number 10. But he's not wrong on Infantino. I've been saying this. The fella is an absolute disgrace, clearly motivated by Trump in this latest charade that he's put in front of us all. It's failed. Now he has to fail. For Nasser Al-Khalifi, my old boss at beIN, I don't know. I mean, he's got so much on his plate, Nasser. I'm not saying he couldn't, and he'd be a very good chair. But whether he's got the time, I don't know. In the meantime, I haven't yet had a tickle of the beard, a cup of tea on the table, and Richarlison, fuck off. Holding a club like Spurs to ransom. No, they should shut that down, Tottenham.
I never expected the way that just took completely 360 to Richarlison.
Just fuck off. I love that. Love Richard Keys. The gift that keeps on giving.
It's just beautiful. It really is. It really is.
That was like a football man's descent into madness. That he started talking about one thing, and then he started talking about something else, and then he was like, "Oh, and Richarlison, fuck off."
Yeah,
this is what. This is what. No, hang on, Chris. If you haven't seen his tribute to Kevin Keegan, this is what he does.
Here for that.
Oh
my!
No, Chris
gosh.
wasn't on that episode.
Oh,
I wasn't.
Let me. I'm going to find that. I'm actually going to find that right now because it's too good. I know I'll find it quite quick. Oh, right. This is it. I found it. I found the clip. So we're going to relive this again.
Grew to love him. What a player. What a character. I refer you back to my previous comments, straight as they come. What a contrast to Gianni Infantino. Ruthless. I don't want to be... No, I can't use that word, but probably work that out for yourselves. Dreadful individual.
He sounds like someone who, if someone got lost in the woods and they just recorded their days until they was either found or had descended into madness and living under a leaf for weeks on end, and then someone finds the tapes and that's what they'd sound like. Why is he talking so quietly?
Honestly, I cannot wait. The next big event, whether it's a wedding, a funeral, anything that I get invited to, I'll do a nice little speech, probably touching, be a few dry eyes in the room, and then I'll go, so beautiful, wasn't it? What they did for this world, amazing person. They'll be missed. Unlike Enzo Maresca, the former head coach of Chelsea.
Individual.
Dreadful. Everyone just stands up and applauds. Oh, amazing stuff. You're bloody right. You said it. Oh, right.
So
we're going
funny, mate. You're right, though. He is speaking so quietly. Do you know what it sounds like? He sounds like he's doing the video inside of like a hunting blind. He doesn't want to spook the birds.
Richard Keys. Brilliant. Oh, I've got a story about some running shoes, but that can be saved for another day. The running podcast. We'll dive into Shevva shoutouts. We have P Sergeant 92. Has the pod been under any FFP restrictions after bringing in Tom? Look, at the moment, I've got a statement. I'm going to stick to the statement. We fully expect to be compliant when we submit our accounts. No further comment on that. Craig and
we
Eli.
do have some historic breaches from when I joined.
We're not self-reporting that. We've agreed. No self-reporting. Not worth it. You'll never find it. You'll never find the receipts. Craig and Eli, they brought up that there were some Brexit football takes about Romeo Lavia's injury history. Now, Chris, any response on those? I believe those were targeted at yourself, unless I did something. I don't think I did. I just simply said about Romeo Lavia reaching appearances. I didn't say anything else. But I like him. I like Lavia. I'll go to bat
Chris
for him.
Said I back him because Lavia is a footballer who doesn't play football.
Yeah,
Look,
and he doesn't play football
him.
because he doesn't want to play football.
Well, Craig, Eli, I love Romeo Lavia. I wax lyrical all about him. I always do. I really want him to succeed. I am not a Brexit. See, it's not me. See, it's not me. Innocent. Chris, not you. Chris with a K. Said, hi, Podsters. Just want to say what a great addition Tom is. More of Tom. Chris, you are right. Keep it simple. Let attackers attack, defenders defend. P.S. Quit your agenda, V. Palmer. I have a suspicion we'll struggle through our first 6 to 8 games until Xabi Alonso feels comfortable to release his favoured 3-4-2-1. Much like Conte's first season, where it took a 3-0 trouncing by Arsenal for the manager to say, fuck it, I'm doing things my way with the right players, not necessarily the best ones. I thought that was really nice. Chris was right and then was told to quit the agenda. So bit of a shit sandwich that, I think, for you, Chris.
Yeah. The whole thing, though, about Alonso waiting to unleash his favoured system, just do it now. We finished 10th. This squad has won nothing of major significance. It's not like Conte walking in to that dressing room. It's not the same at all. He walked into a dressing room full of winners, most of them Premier League champions. Yes, they'd had a shit season the season before when he came in, but you can understand why he was like, no, we'll do it your way until it doesn't work. And then when it didn't work, that did it his way. It's not the same situation. Alonso's walking to a really weak dressing room where he could have walked in on day one and gone, right, we're going to do it my way because you lot, it ain't worked.
No, I see. But well, I'm not going to disagree with that. I think that's a fair point. Listeners, thank you for your reviews, your thoughts, everything else. If you want yours read out on the next one, head over to Spotify, drop a comment on this episode, and you might get shouted out on the next one. So with that, we get to hit some news. Elevator Chelsea news. There's loads, so much news. None of this has been forced in. Let's have a look. Fabrizio Romano thinks Tosin is leaving. Man City have made contact with Pedro Neto's camp. The word from Manchester City is that reports claiming that they have contacted Pedro Neto's camp are entirely false. Pep Cheverier to Chelsea is imminent. Trevor Chalobah is joining Como. Portsmouth are growing confident of signing Chelsea winger Ryan Kavuma-McQueen on a loan. It is very likely Nicholas Jackson will be sold before the transfer deadline expires on the September 1st. And finally, upon arriving in Hong Kong, Xabi Alonso, he was caught. He was caught, not seen, he was caught. That's what I read. Caught signing Liverpool shirts for Liverpool fans.
Scandalous.
Well, Ollie, we had hundreds of messages from quite concerned Chelsea supporters asking the same question to me. They were like, is Alonso really committed to Chelsea? And I think those fans that feel that this is a crisis, I think you're right. I mean, there were reports as well that one supporter threw their Alonso poster in the bin. Someone else has deleted their trust the process tweet from June. And someone on YouTube, brilliant. It's an absolute brilliant documentary, 12 minutes long, titled The Beginning of the End. Xabi Alonso exposed.
12 minutes. Gotta get the ad revenue.
Yeah, right. Deep breath. Guys, are you okay? I hope so.
It was a traumatic experience.
How did you react?
Well, I'm going to speak my truth. It was difficult. But we thought, of course we don't fucking care. Of course we don't care. He was a Liverpool legend, for fuck's sake. Who cares?
What do you think, Chris? How are you taking it?
You know what I find really stupid? Do people think that Frank Lampard at Coventry now would sign a Chelsea fan shirt if they put it in front of him?
Of course he would.
I hope he wouldn't. I hope he wouldn't.
Thinking about it.
No, the people of Coventry. Oh,
exactly. And do you know who wouldn't give a shit? Any fucker. That's the thing. Because I couldn't give a shit what Xabi Alonso's signing, to be honest. I couldn't care less. I don't care if it's a Liverpool shirt. I don't care if he
sings "You'll Never Walk Alone" in the car on the way to training.
Yeah, exactly.
Who cares? Who cares? He's our manager at the end of the day.
Turned up Cobham going, North London forever. Whatever the weather. No, look, of course.
We do not care.
Look, the fact that he spent apparently a couple of minutes signing these shirts. Okay. He has, of course he did. He has history with Liverpool. He's a club legend there. I'd say it's more of a story if they went, Xabi, can you sign my shirt? And he went, excuse, no thanks. You'd be like, oh mate, come on, it's a shirt. Just sign the damn thing. It's not like Harry Kane when he was trying to be tricked into signing an Arsenal. Come on, grow up. What are we doing? What is this news? My word, told you it was slow. Anything from the news. It really was piss poor this week.
No, there's nothing in the news. Like you say, it's a slow news week. The week is slow, and so are the people who follow the news and want to just make drama
Pedro
out of
Neto,
everything.
Pedro Neto, Spain. Pedro Neto off to City.
Very false. Very false. True. No. Very false. It's so false.
70 million minute. I don't see that. I mean, it could happen. I have no fucking clue. Maresca's tanking that club.
If it does happen, that will be generational business from us.
Honestly,
it can't happen.
If we get more money for him than we bought him for, that will be ridiculous.
That'd be wild. Yeah. Well, there you go. There's like I said, fuck all news. So
ridiculously good. I mean, for Man City.
Yeah, ridiculous. Oh yeah, you should sign him. Yes, that would be a great deal. And head to winners and losers then, because we took on Juventus in our third pre-season game.
Looking to break the deadlock here. And it's a good effort as well. What a stunning goal. And it is Juventus who strike first. And that is some effort to break the deadlock from Edon Jagrova to make it Chelsea 0, Juventus 1.
Chelsea 0, Juventus 1. Third time this pre-season, team. Who have you got? But of course, we don't care about that yet. We care about, more importantly, how many have you got?
I've got 3 and 3. I've just about managed it.
Wow.
I've got 2 and 4.
I've got the reverse fixture of that. I've got 4 and 2.
Oh,
how'd you get 4 winners?
How did you get 4 winners?
Let me just check. Yeah, I can see. I can see where I've got 4 from this. Yeah, I think that's 4 and 2.
Okay.
Right. Well, we'll find out, won't we?
Well, I will kick it off myself. Get your headbands on, listeners. If you've got,
Palestra.
Yeah, oh my word. If you've got long hair, if you're Italian,
he's on mine.
If one of the two, I'd get the headband on. Order one, because 3 appearances now he's made in pre-season, and he's made 3 appearances on my winners list. He could be my new Robert Sanchez. He really could be. The formula's simple, isn't it? Italian, headband, top class. Look, he's really impressed me every single time we've seen him. And he reminds me a bit of Marcus Alonso, but on the right-hand side, because he's always forward. He's always looking forward. He's always trying to make something happen. He's always very aggressive with his runs into that final third. And I saw something in the Juventus game that I didn't see in the other two, and it stood out. It was his physicality, because there were moments where he actually held off a defender. He protected that ball like a Giroud player, and he waited for the option, and then he made the pass. He didn't get excitable. He didn't panic. He was calm. And I think those little details are showing maturity that he has. I think this scout report we did, I think that is aging. It is a fine Italian wine. I'm excited. I'm excited because I think if we did, we won't. We don't have time. It's too much time. Not too much. Too little time before the season kicks off. But if we did do a full winners and losers of the whole pre-season, Palestra is going to be on that list, number 1, absolutely. Yeah. And we're only halfway through. Chris,
to be fair, he nearly made it onto my list, but I'll be honest with you, I put about as much effort into this as the players did into that game, so I just couldn't be bothered. Just couldn't be bothered to put him on the list, to be honest.
Chris is during the Potter area where he's turning up because he wants his paycheck and he goes home.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ollie, why is he a list winner for you? Winner on the winners list for you?
Well, because I haven't been on during winners and losers during this preseason, I did want to talk about him in general over the preseason, and I thought he's been overall quite impressive. I was expecting, I don't know necessarily what I was expecting, but I was certainly expecting him maybe to be a little bit more defensively strong coming from Serie A. But I was really impressed more by his attacking output. What I really like about him, though, more than anything, is his work rate. The guy just absolutely dies on the pitch. You can see him, like, especially in the Juventus game. And by the time he was subbed off, I mean, he was hands on his knees, like, in terms of absolutely knackered, completely spent. So this is a guy who's going to give you, absolutely everything he's got every game. And that's really important for a club like Chelsea, because we need those players who want to be here and want to work hard for and work their socks off for the badge. That's really important. But the other interesting thing I saw is that I've seen some people who really don't see it. with Palestra. I've seen a lot of takes where people are saying this guy's not very good, and to be honest, I just don't know where they're seeing that from. Maybe it's because he's not the flashiest player with his sort of dribbling mechanics or whatever, but he gets up and down the pitch. He's got a good attacking instincts. I'm really quite impressed with him, and I hope he takes his form into this coming season. Listen, it might turn out that maybe those people are right. He starts the season and his form falls off a cliff. I mean, we've all seen what Ross Barkley can do in preseason. If you only saw him in preseason, you would think that guy was Messi. So I guess we'll see in the season, but overall, so far, very impressed with him.
Chris, who was your first winner? Well, one of two.
Mikhailo Mudryk.
He's on mine.
And mine.
Yeah.
Made his comeback, didn't he? Got back on the pitch after the whole fiasco, which has been his ban. Yeah, nice to see him back. Did he do anything? No,
not really.
But
didn't need to.
Looked sharp though. Got cut about the place, was making some runs. Like he looked like he wanted to do something. The game was kind of dead, wasn't it?
Yeah, but yeah, it was really good to see him back. Still don't think he'll be with us come the start of the season, but
no,
it was nice to see him back.
You okay?
I think he'll be on loan. I think he's definitely going on loan, isn't he?
Oh, you had me panicking there. What do you know? Oh,
I think health-wise, he's fine. I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
Well, he's had a drugs test, hasn't he? And he's been fine, so he's absolutely okay. Oh, Ollie, why was he a winner for you?
Much the same reason as Chris. It's just nice to see him back. I think he was getting a lot of love from the Chelsea fans who were out there in Hong Kong. He was actually a dual winner. So this sort of winner for me, I picked two players for one winner spot, and I picked Nicholas Jackson as well. Nicholas
He's
Jackson,
my other winner.
Jackson.
Yeah, for giving up his extra 10 minutes of game time or whatever, where he came on and he's come off again for Mudryk and it turns out after the game he agreed to be the one who was going to do that for him, and that's a really nice thing. From a player that a lot of people have questioned his character, that's unquestionably a good and wholesome move from Nicholas Jackson. With any luck, gets him some plaudits in the manager's dugout, and maybe it could convince him to stick. Maybe it could convince Xabi to want him to stick around. So with any luck, but yeah, and I thought other than that as well, I thought Jackson was actually pretty good when he came on. I was quite impressed with the way he played. He kind of offers that thing that Jackson always does, which is everything except finishing. Pretty much. And so we've missed that, in my opinion, and it would be a crying shame to lose it before the season begins.
Chris, anything you've got him as a winner? So
yeah, I had him for the same reason. The whole Mudryk situation shows that he's unselfish. He's putting the team first. I honestly, I don't understand the massive hate that Jackson gets. Was he frustrating? Yes. Was he absolutely horrendous? No. I just think, I don't know. I think sometimes it's like our fans choose not to like someone for no reason and then find things to fit that already. So he could score 2 goals and all they'll bring up is, he missed that sitter though. And it's like, yeah, but he scored twice. Yeah, but he missed that sitter. The thing that sums Jackson up for me is his hat-trick against Tottenham, and everyone went, 3 tap-ins. I couldn't give a shit. What? So tap-ins don't count anymore. What are we doing? He still scored. He's still in the right place, and he still finished it. So what's the problem? It was like, oh, well done. You scored 3 goals, but your 3 goals weren't good enough, so we're not counting them. That makes no sense.
By theory, then, Erling Haaland's scored about 7 goals in his career?
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't matter. It's got to be in the right position. I'm quite impressed. Have you all just depleted your winners lists?
Yes.
I've got one left.
Oh, thanks. I'll go by. Why did I have Mudryk? I put him in there because above anything else, I'm sure he was absolutely delighted, wasn't he? When it's just to play football especially with his Chelsea teammates, but just to play football again. And I think the moment that will have meant the most to him was the reaction from the crowd, because he had a roar. There was a roar there, and there was an applause, and that feeling of welcome back. And after everything he has been through with this ban and the circumstances around it, I think that must have been special for him, because football is and can be a very brutal sport. So seeing a player receive that kind of support, I think was absolutely brilliant. And I'm really happy for him. And Xabi Alonso did say post game that bringing him on was more than football. It was a human and emotional decision. So I think as well, the fact that Alonso said it was a move to make him get a lift what's been a difficult period. And I don't think that's just about Mudryk either. I think Xabi is sending a message to everyone in our squad that we will be treated fairly and you will be treated with compassion. And I think that's going to create an environment where players actually feel valued now, especially in a team where I don't think that's happened, because I can't imagine Maresca being I can't imagine spooning or cuddling. He's not that kind of guy. I don't think he's a friendly character. And Alonso's not going to just judge them on statistics or what they deliver. He's going to remind them, you're a human being first and you're a footballer second. I think it's going to be really good for this squad. I don't think we've seen that human football connection since Poch. Whether you rate Poch or not, Poch definitely put an arm around players. And sometimes that is always the better option.
And he got the best out of some players.
What can we say? Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Well, let's hope that there can be some more human and football connections with the ball into the goal, shall we?
Well,
Yes.
who knows? I will go for my second winner very quickly. Third winner before I let Ollie finish off and go with my final winner. Giovanni Quenda. I
thought he looked decent.
He was impressive.
I was happy to see him. I've seen too much of him at Sporting Club de Portugal, and I'm like, I need him in a blue. I need to see how he works with us. And he was so lively in that first half, and he looked really confident, and he linked up so nicely with Palestra. Again, I keep thinking that right hand side. It's very intriguing, isn't it? You got Quenda and Esteval, iron sharpening iron there. I think
put some good balls into the box as well. To be fair,
he did. I'm telling
really
you,
liked his cross here.
I'm telling you, those three, we have something exciting developing there. I don't care who wins that battle between Quenda and Esteval. They might rotate. They probably will. I just think it's going to be amazing. I really do. I really do.
I don't care who wins that battle if the winner is Neto.
No, can't do it. No, he's not going to be in there. I'm sorry. It's just not happening. No. Ollie, who's your final winner?
A player who I thought has been really impressive, has come out of nowhere in pre-season, and at a really, really young age from the academy, and is just really, really impressed me every time he's played on the pitch. That's Mady Nicole Jazuli.
You've took the name out of my mouth. He's my other winner.
I genuinely, I've been so impressed with him. Plays with maturity beyond his years. I'm going to be completely frank with you. I don't follow the academy really closely. I had never heard of him before this pre-season. And I just think he's been like a revelation. He feels like he's taken his opportunity with both hands, looks so tidy on the ball, always looking to move it forward, always just in the right place at the right time. I'm just very, very impressed with the maturity that he's playing with for such a young kid. And if it were me, I would be saying, listen, that, fourth or fifth midfield spot, that's yours to lose now.
Wow.
You're going to get in. You should be getting integration minutes this season in the cup competitions, maybe in some minutes in the Premier League as well. Because when you've got a talent like him, you don't want to lose that, and you need to nurture it, and you need to nurture it gently. You can't just throw him in the deep end. But then when I see him play, and then I saw Asugo and Lavia play, I was like, it's no competition. Like they came on and absolutely stunk out the gaff. And Jazuli has been impressive every time I've watched him. So what else am I supposed to think, Mikey?
Yeah, he was one of the many names. I'd say he was one of those names that a lot of fans I thought were delighted. I saw a little bit in certain pockets online that they were excited that he got included in this squad, because for most supporters, their first probable introduction to him was probably when he trained with the first team when we took on Paphos last year. So
God, I don't even remember that.
Yeah, he just turned. He didn't just turn. I've just accused him of that. He didn't just turn up. No. He was asked to train with them, and he only signed his first pro contract 4 weeks ago. So wow! And despite his age, he's been one of the standout performers. He really has. Ollie's spot on. He's been one of the standout performers, and he's got such confidence. He's got composure. That's how he plays, and he has a physical presence. And it's easy to forget here. He's 16. He's 16, competing against fully grown professionals, many of whom you'd probably say are in. No, he can't even vote. Many would say he's in his prime years. Again, he's playing against players in the prime of their careers, and he looked comfortable. I've seen, and I will never dare pretend that I found this out myself and pretended that I thought it, because I've seen this online. People comparing him to Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and I understand that. I do understand why, because the way he's carrying the ball, the way he's using his physical attributes, and of course, he's 16. There's areas for where he needs to develop. I thought his position off the ball, he needs to improve that, but he's going to with experience and some coaching. That's completely normal. He's 16.
I think.
I think he's going to be all right. It's worth
he's
repeating.
Taking his GCSEs, he'll be okay.
Exactly. It's worth repeating. He's only 16. The first game that Chelsea played after his birth was our 7-2 win over Sunderland, when Anelka, Malouda, Ashley Cole, Lampard and Ballack all scored. And I went into a rabbit hole, didn't I? I had
now
to.
I feel old.
He was born on the 6th of Jan, which means that he shares his birthday with some absolute legends like Rowan Atkinson, Joan of Arc and Paul McShane. I think that's an insane dinner party right there. And also James Winston, the NFL quarterback. So that's a dinner party I want to go to. I'm all going. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. But if we do a Lampard transition back to the seriousness of this winner, I'm excited where he could be in 3 or 4 years' time. Because, Chris, you mention it often. You say about a player that if they're going to become top or world class, they're usually first team before they turn 20. Like, you look at Yamal, you look at Messi. You never know. You never know. He has the potential to be one of those rare academy talents who doesn't just break through at 18, but he's already an established member of the first team. I know this is all very overreactionary because we've only seen him in 3 preseason games. Why not? Let's be positive. What you never know.
I think there is a question about being guarded because you need to be able to nurture that talent. And, like you say, people are human beings first, they're football players second. And he is so young. You don't necessarily want to throw him into the spotlight so early. But at the same time, when you've got a kid this talented, he needs to play.
Yeah,
whether it's at Chelsea, whether it's
starting against Fulham,
up a few age brackets in the academy, whether it's on loan, we don't mind, but he needs game time.
I think it's funny though because I think there's definitely an element of you need to guard these players. I think clubs overguard them now though. I think they're so concerned about throwing them in too early that they just don't throw them in at all at any point until they hit 22, and then they go, "Oh, is he still here? Sell him." Like when Everton threw Wayne Rooney on at 16 years old and he scored past Arsenal, no one went, "Oh, he's a bit young, don't play him again." Got to protect him though. Got to protect it. Played every game. Yeah, like went to Man United.
Look at a kid like Max Baumann at Arsenal. Plays without fear, and that's one of the best things about these really young players. So they can take those opportunities.
But you know what's really funny about Max Baumann? He played really well. Then he played another game, played really well, and he didn't play again. And now he's doing really well for Arsenal in pre-season. Get to the season, won't see him. Because again, they're doing the same thing. They're overprotecting him. They're like, "Oh, he's a little bit too early to throw him in." Well, if he's playing well, how is it too early? It's only too early if they start to sink. If they start to struggle, then you think, okay, let's pull them out the limelight a little bit for a while. Maybe send them back to the under-21s or whatever. But you only find that out by playing them. And we've done this far too many times with players where it's like they look really good, but we don't want to chuck them in too early, so we just don't chuck them in at all, and then you never see them again.
Yeah, they go on loan after loan after loan to League 2. And they just never really get going. And by the time they're 25, they're in League 2 and National League, and they could have been something.
Exactly.
Well, winners. They're done. Which means we get to move to losers. Now, I found 2. So I'm going to let Chris kick us off because he found 62. 4, allegedly. Go on. First one up.
Our defensive structure.
Okay.
Yeah, honestly, not a bad shout.
Don't want. I don't know what we're
There
trying
ain't
to do
one.
when we defend. I honestly don't know how we're trying to defend, because there was times in this game where we were sort of half pressing in a 4-4-2, but the gap between the midfield line and the defensive line was far too big, and they took out our entire midfield with one pass and then was running at our back four. And it was like, well, that's not compact enough. If you're going to press in a 4-4-2, it has to be very, very compact. It was not. I would say the distance between our defensive line and the midfield press was at least 25 yards. That's far too big. Like, I don't know what we're doing. The defenders was defending deep, but the rest of the team was pressing. And I thought, well, I don't know what's going on there. But then second half, we almost left a double pivot in front of the back four, but everyone came narrow and they just played round it. And I thought, well, again, what are we doing? Like, we've gone from one extreme to the other. The whole structure of how we're trying to win the ball back or how we're trying to stop the opposition from scoring, I don't see what we're trying to do, because sometimes we're pressing, but most of the time we're not. And if we are pressing, not everyone's doing it. Only half the team's doing it and the rest aren't. And then if we're sitting a little bit more in a mid block, we're too narrow and it's too easy to play around the sides. And it's like, well, that needs to be worked on, because defensively in this pre-season so far, we've been woeful. And we can't take that into the season, because we're not a team who are going to score enough goals to be that open. Because if teams score 2 goals past us, we'll probably lose. Because on average, we're only going to score 1, maybe 2 goals a game.
Chris, from a coaching perspective, what do you think is going wrong there? Do you think this is teething problems with Xabi? I know he wants to do a hybrid press. Is it just about working on it in training, knowing when to jump? Everyone's got to go together. What do you think the issue is?
It's difficult in pre-season because there's too much rotation. So there's no units working together, knowing exactly where the other ones are going to go. You're working with different forwards who will notice a trigger at a different time. So, you know, João Pedro will press differently to how Delap does, because João Pedro will notice a good trigger to go and Delap is a moron. So
yeah, all right, I see
it. But I don't know. Well, from my point of view, it just seems like there isn't a clear plan of what was happening. As soon as the first players jumped to the press and the midfield followed, the back line didn't. And that's what I don't understand, because they must have noticed what was going on in front of them to realise, oh, we've gone on a press here. But they stayed really deep. I think, again, it might fall down to who's leading the back line, who's telling them when they're getting up, when they're dropping back, when they're squeezing in, when they're spreading out. Like, who's leading that? Because there needs to be someone in the back line who recognises when the trigger's going to go, so they know when to step, and making sure everyone's coming with them. And I don't think we've got that, but that could be down to the fact that they're playing with different players every 20 minutes. So it's difficult, but I think if we go into that first game and we don't see that structure improve, that's how you go and lose that game.
Definitely, I agree with you. But I think, so given them what you've just said, then it's maybe about a little bit about familiarity. It's about players getting to play together. It's about someone making sure there's a bit of leadership at the back line. Is it a question of time? Do you think this sort of thing will just come the more we play? Like, the timings will get a little bit better. We'll get a little bit more competent with it.
I would hope so. Yeah, I think, because what it boils down to is, yes, you can look at the defence in terms of that scenario, but actually they need to know what the forward's doing. And if the forward doesn't press correctly, the whole press falls apart instantly. Mm-hmm. So I would suggest at the moment it's probably doing more work with the forward players who are going to press in how to press correctly, because at the moment it seems to me like they're just running at the ball, and that's not how you press. That's not how you press correctly. So I think the sort of defensive structure should start from them knowing when to go and how to go to force them into an area where we can win the ball back. I think that's where it will have to start at the moment.
Interesting. Just appreciate your thoughts from a coaching perspective, because Chris is a coach, so he knows about this shit, and we don't.
That is true. Ollie, who's your first loser?
First loser for me is people who take pre-season too seriously.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot to be said about some of the themes we've seen in pre-season, especially on the defensive end. Don't think we've been good enough. Going forward, I don't think we've scored enough. I don't think we've created enough threat. These are all things that are completely logical. And if people are saying that, I'm not talking about you. It's the people writing 20-page articles on how we're finished this season and how nothing's going to improve and how everyone's shit and how everyone, it's going to be a collapse. It might well be. It might well happen. But pre-season won't be the indicator of that. The start of the season will potentially be an indicator of that. And then we see how we go as we get on. It seems like, I think because we had a poor season last season, people are desperate to latch onto something positive or negative for this season. So they know either to get their hopes up or not to. And I think I've seen it more this season than I think I've seen it in a lot of seasons in the past, where people are just, they're all in or they're all out. And you just can't be that way in preseason, because you're just setting yourself up for heartbreak no matter what you pick.
I will roll off my first loser. Chris, can you predict who I've got?
Is it Liam Delap?
It's Liam Delap.
It should be Liam Delap.
It was a difficult outing, that was. Oh, man.
We say that every time. Even a trip to Tesco's is a difficult outing for Liam Delap.
This is the thing with Liam Delap. He's just a thug. Like when I watch him, all I see him do is run into people and barge them over and not get the ball. That's
Liam
all he does.
Liam Delap against Juventus was, funnily enough, you say Tesco, was a bit like me at Tesco this week. When I went in, I had a list. I knew what I needed. I got what I needed. I got to the tills. I unfortunately had to go to till number 5, which you'd think it's not a big deal, Mike. I'm not a fan of odd numbers. I thought that was a bit bad luck. And I was right, because I'm walking out the store and I realised I don't have my car keys on me. That's a concern. And I've got a lot of lanyards on my car keys. I thought I've left them in my car. Go to my car. Nope, the car's locked. That's a good thing. It's not been stolen. So that's a good thing. Go back in. I'm a little panicked now. I look at the staff. They're looking at me. Then I'm assuming that they are telepathically knowing that I'm panicking. Oh, you all right? And I go, I've lost my car keys. And then she turns and shouts to the person on the reception and goes, any car keys handed in? And I kid you not, this woman lifts up my car keys by the lanyard like it was a fresh, big pink salmon that she caught and went, don't know how you lost these. And I just thought, I've let myself down here. I've embarrassed myself. And that was Liam Delap against Juventus. Let himself down. Embarrassed himself.
Long anecdote for that comparison, Mikey.
He played a quarter of the match. That was more time than I was in Tesco. And he registered 0 shots. Look, I get the whole point of pre-season is building fitness. It's about gaining sharpness and getting minutes in the tank before the competitive games begin. But right now, Delap's tank has a hole in it and it's pissing minutes out all over the floor.
When was the last time Liam Delap had a shot?
Sharpness. He's sharp as a boulder.
I don't know, Chris. I completely respect that he wants to prove people wrong. I love a mentality like that. I do. I'm a competitive person. I like win mentality. I like passionate, I'm going to be the best I can be in my chosen field. I love that shit. But I look at the squad situation and I think a move away this summer would benefit everyone. And I'm not being an arse here, because where does he realistically get minutes? Because he's behind João Pedro. That's a certain. I'd argue he's behind Nicholas Jackson. He's behind Danny Welbeck. I'd even argue.
The tea lady.
Well, Chris, I like Mark Yu. I think he's behind Mark Yu. I'd rather see Mark Yu start. That's forwards.
Mikey, I'd rather see you start.
Oh, I appreciate that.
I'd rather see the tea lady start.
I just feel that I'd loan him back to Ipswich, where he knows the club. That would do him the world of good. And you add in an option to buy on the deal. That way, if he does well, make money, happy days. 5 million profit.
Just so people know that we're not just absolutely bashing Liam Delap for no reason. What you just said there about you respect him for I want to be the best that I can be. I think this is the best he can be.
Yeah, he's hit his ceiling.
Great.
Yeah, and I think that's the point. Like, it's not his fault that he's been put into a scenario at a club that he's nowhere near good enough for. If he was performing like this for Ipswich, no one would care. But
can I just, Chris?
He's at a club like Chelsea.
No,
Chris.
sometimes, Mikey, he's right. Chris is right. He's out of his depth. Sometimes in life, you are a toddler in a burning building. You need someone else.
Chris,
You know
I'm sorry. Chris, I've just found out the last time Liam Delap had a shot on target. I'm so sorry. I've just found out.
Was it April?
No. It was the 14th of March when it was against Newcastle United.
Dear God.
Oh, no.
Was that the game where he got sent off for elbowing someone in the head? Or was that Jackson?
He does that most games. I don't know if that was against Newcastle. Was it? I don't know. Oh, no, that's such a bad start. Oh, that's terrible. Chris, who's another loser? Go on, Ollie, what?
Sorry, just one more thing on Delap. Yeah, I think at this point, he's just out of his depth. I wanted to ask you both, if you got to take, because we've got about 20 strikers, you've got to take 3 of them into the season, right? You've got a depth chart of 3 strikers. Who are you picking? Who are the ones who are reasonably going to get the most minutes? Because if you're asking me, it needs to be João Pedro, Jackson, Welbeck. Failing
Correct.
that, if Jackson gets sold, it needs to be João Pedro, Welbeck, Satpaev. That's the 3.
I'm not saying you're saying this. I'm not saying you're saying this. But why do certain people have this obsession with selling Jackson? Oh, he's not good enough.
I really don't know.
What? He scored double figures in every season he's played for Chelsea in the Premier League.
I agree, but
but he didn't do it at Bayern.
About him going, isn't there? There's just a lot of
It's
media
just
speculation
irritating,
about him
and people-
going. He's a lot of profit, isn't he, if he does go? Because he bought him for cheap.
I saw on Twitter about, but he couldn't do it in the Bundesliga when that's a piss easy league. Yeah, he didn't play much. Harry Kane,
he played about
you don't
500
play.
minutes.
mate, I will say this to anyone listening. I sound a bit dicey there, mate. Oh, no, Angie, I didn't I, mate? You don't go to Bayern to be the first choice striker.
No, you do
If you
not.
think you're going to be first choice striker, oh, God, the lap to sell you. Right, Chris, name me a loser. Chris, name me a loser.
Goal scoring.
Well, yeah,
big
it's a
time.
good goal for
Where they're
Juventus.
coming from.
What a goal!
It's rearing its ugly head again. The only
it didn't.
team. Well, yeah, the only team we've scored goals against and looked like, a pretty decent attacking team was Western Sydney. Let's face it, I don't know if you put them in England what league they'd be in, but I think you're being kind if you're saying Championship.
You have some Australian listeners, so they could actually genuinely tell us if they're fans of Western Sydney.
Yeah, if you're from Australia, tell us where Western Sydney Wanderers
genuinely, that'd be interesting.
Football pyramid.
Yeah, but don't be like Celtic and Rangers and start telling me they'd finish 4th in the Premier League.
That's a shout.
But yeah, the other 2 games against 10 men Spurs, we created very little in terms of good quality chances. And then when we did, missed them, as always. Yes, the keeper had a blinder, but again, we allowed him to because we keep hitting him. And then in this game, really created
nothing.
Almost nothing. I mean, so much so that everyone said that the Palestra chance was our best opportunity. And I thought, well, that was just a long ball over the top that he hit with his weaker foot on the half volley. Like, it's not a great chance, is it? It's like, wow.
With the goalie halfway out of his goal already, narrowing the angle. Like, it's just not going to happen.
I still look at it, and as good as João Pedro has been, there is a case for him being a flat track bully. He'll get you goals against the weaker opposition, but as soon as you're playing anyone half decent, he probably isn't going to score. This is why I still think we needed that top class centre forward who will get you goals against anyone, and it won't make a difference. They'll score goals against the shit teams. They'll score goals against the good teams. Pedro could do that this year, but I don't think he's a banker, and I think that's the point. Like, you wouldn't put your house on him scoring 15 Premier League goals this year. If someone said you've got to put your house on it, I don't think there's many people who would. I think, and that's the issue. I still think we needed that big marquee player up front who almost guarantees you goals.
Who do you think that would be if this summer, if there was such a player available? Who would they be?
I still would have gone and got Victor Osimhen, personally.
It'd be big salary because Turkey and their tax.
Again, people will be like, well, he's only done it here and he's only done it there. France, Italy, Turkey, he scored goals everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like he's done it in one shit country. He done it in Serie A. He's done it in Turkey. He did it in Ligue 1. Like, I don't know how much more evidence you need that he's a goal scorer. People go, oh, Victor Gyökeres scored goals at Sporting Lisbon and then was shit everywhere else. Yeah, exactly. He was shit everywhere else. He was only good at Sporting Lisbon. That's the point.
Oh, he was good at Coventry. Coventry getting a bashing today. Well, he got 3 in 90. He got 38 in 91. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure he did good weather.
It's okay. He was in the Championship.
That was still good.
In the Championship, that's all right.
Yeah, it's all right in the Championship. But Osimhen has been a consistent goal scorer everywhere he's been over 3 different leagues. I think he's as close to a sure thing as you get. There is no such thing as a sure thing unless you're going to go and get Haaland or Harry Kane, which we couldn't.
Yeah.
Aside from that, everyone else is a risk. But Osimhen, for me, is the most calculated risk you could take.
Ollie, another loser, because I've only got one.
People might not like this, and it's not really his fault either. Wesley Fofana.
Okay.
I don't think people are going to dislike that because he's a knob.
He is a knob. But the reason he's a loser isn't because he's a knob. At least not this time.
For once.
For me, I just really wasn't impressed with the way he played. I thought he gave the ball away too easily. He's terrible on the ball. I know we didn't buy him to be a player who plays on the ball. He's a player who jumps out and is aggressive and steals the ball away from the opposition. Except he hasn't done that in about 2 years, and he's been so injured that we don't even know if he can still do that. When he tries to do anything else other than that, he seems to utterly fuck it up. His positioning isn't great. He seems to have lost half a yard of pace. I'm just not really impressed with him. I'm not really sure what he offers. And then I go online, and people have got the gall, the gumption, the shit cojones, Mikey, to tell me and to tell the world, embarrassingly on Twitter, announcing to the world that they don't have a brain cell because they're saying he's our best defender. How on earth is he our best defender? What possibly could Wesley Fofana offer that makes him our best defender? Maybe he's got a good lawyer for his driving offences. Maybe he's a good defender in court. But other than that, he can't be a good defender. He just isn't. Maybe listen, if he's well this season, I'll eat crow. If he does well this season, I'll eat crow and I'll hold my hands up. But honestly, I just do not see it with him. I just don't see it anymore.
Whoever's saying he's our best defender, grow up. You're just trying to rage bait that. You cannot have watched Wesley Fofana at Chelsea Football Club in London, that Chelsea Football Club, and gone, oh, he's the best defender we've got. What an absolute insult to everyone who plays in our team in defence.
Especially with getting Lacroix now, I'm not really sure what his role is. Because if you want that player who's going to jump out, Lacroix's going to do it better.
You can't even give people lifts now to the training ground. That's his own fault.
Oh dear God!
No.
That's a risk, isn't it?
Chris, how many losers have you got left?
2.
Ollie, are you out?
I've got 1 left.
I'll let Chris give me one of your 2.
The point of this tour.
What was the point, Chris?
Right, what has actually been the point of this pre-season? I don't think Xabi Alonso's learned. Yeah, but from a footballing point of view, I don't think Xabi Alonso's learned anything on this pre-season tour.
He's learned that Mudryk is now available.
No, that's true.
Yeah, because I don't think he's learned about the few first-team players who are around. I'll be amazed if he didn't already know who the shit players was, because you only would like to have watched us play at all last season to see that. He hasn't had his first choice attack available. He hasn't had his first choice midfield available. He hasn't had his first choice defence available. So what's been the point?
And he certainly hasn't had them all playing at the same time.
Yeah, we've took far too many players. Like, why are we giving game time during this tour to people like Tosin, who's not going to be here? What's the point? Liam Delap, he's not going to be here. Why are they playing then? There is no benefit to them playing. And people who are saying, oh, we're putting them in the shop window. Well, if you want to tank their value, play them. Because they would have held more value by not playing. Liam Delap's value has not gone up during this pre-season. It's gone down.
And it wasn't very high to begin with.
Yeah, you'll be lucky to give him away. So I don't understand. Like, there's been over 40 players on this tour. What is the point of that? Like, take the first team players who didn't go to the World Cup, take them, pad the rest out with the youngsters. Don't take
the academy. Give the academy a proper run out. Give them the opportunity, and some of them have got a real opportunity. Reggie Walsh, Reggie Watson. We talk about Maddie Nicole Jazuli. Wish we saw more.
Yeah, but again, like, why are we giving Tosin game time over someone like Achiampong or Anselmino, who might actually have a future here, instead of, oh no, let's get Tosin on? Why? What's the point? We know what he's about. He's 28. We know he's shit. We know he's not good enough, and we know that he's probably going to be sold. So what is the point? Why is he even there? It's just a waste of a seat on a plane.
I will go with my brilliant. I'll go with my final loser. Social media.
You could have that every week.
Yeah, Ollie sort of teased it. I stuck to my word. I did not look at social media during the game, mainly because I didn't actually watch it live. Because believe it or not, I had a real job to do, so I'm responsible. However, I did watch the highlights. I did watch the highlights. I did go and check the reaction online, and the reactions they're becoming a bit of my favourite part of the football now. I find them hilarious, and I've got a few here. I've actually selected some. All names have been changed to protect identities.
No, name them.
No, I've got Alonso. Every goal conceded against. Now I'm going to do a proper voice. Every goal conceded against Tottenham and Juventus happened some minutes after those subs. Alonso's lost those 3 matches himself. My reaction to that is, Xabi Alonso personally conceded every goal. The defenders...
You're right. He's lost the dressing room already.
He's already lost it. They're just innocent bystanders. It's his fault.
Did he ever find it, Mikey?
Well, that's the question.
It's almost like when he's bringing on all of those subs, making 11 changes, our team's getting worse. That's weird, isn't it? Because considering half of them players are either youth academy products or players who we don't want, it's amazing that.
Chelsea fan since yesterday said, based on the 3 matches I've watched, the jury is out on Alonso. I think the jury's barely walked into the courtroom. It's been 3 pre-season games.
Trial hasn't even started.
My gosh.
I don't think there's not even been any discovery yet.
This is a great one. This is from Chelsea Till I Get a Season Ticket for Arsenal, said, Palestra, he's as selfish is. He's just like Jackson. He passes to people that can score. No, I must shoot. You guys are overhyping him. This is the Premier League, not any other league. I react to that with 3 season
not actually
games.
The Premier League, is it? It's the Super Asia Cup or whatever.
Yeah.
Imagine being angry at a player for trying to shoot. I just think that's absolutely...
We hate that.
We hate seeing that. And we'll round it off with CFC Doomsday, who said, this is the worst pre-season ever. We're too slow building up. Other teams have found us out. The subs are awful. Imagine Premier League starts. It starts in 3 weeks, whereas our first team players were still experimenting. Amazing. Xabi Alonso is already on heat. Well, there we go.
People do remember Maresca's pre-season 2 years ago. Right?
Oh, don't. We've already been found out, Chris. It's outstanding. I think we need to forget
We was
analysis.
getting battered by Celtic.
Well, we've been found out in 3 matches. I think the results matter so much less than the performances. It's pre-season. Why are people declaring the season over before? Well, at the time before August. Just can't. It's a pre-season. I do not give a shit what we play like in pre-season as long as we get minutes and no injuries.
It is fine to have concerns from pre-season about what you're seeing. That's absolutely fine if you put it with the context of look how many players we don't have playing.
Yeah, exactly. Ollie, final loser.
Yeah, easiest one for me on the list was the pitch. I don't know if people have been talking about this on the last couple shows when we've done winners and losers. People like to say, "Oh, when a pitch is good, it's a carpet." This one was a fucking shag rug.
Way.
That's what it looked like.
Go on.
But I was like, all the pitches we've played on during preseason, and you reminded me of it, Mikey, there when you said we're just trying to not get any injuries, and that's kind of what I think was a lot of this preseason as well. Like, if you're looking at it realistically, this wasn't a training camp, was it? We took, like Chris said, we took 40 players. We took players who aren't going to play. We're all over Asia instead of, in like one like specific spot where we're trying to really gear ourselves up for the season. At the end of the day, we're just trying to not someone's trying to not roll an ankle. On the absolute shite pitches that they had over there, and I get it. This is just this is part and parcel of preseason. But I'm hoping that maybe the next few games will have slightly better pitches, so we can see a little bit more about what the players can do instead of the ball bobbling all over the place. That would be nice.
Chris, round us off.
Final loser is me for having to keep talking about these pointless preseason games like they actually matter.
Real games. They're not real games, Chris. Okay.
They're not.
Emojis to drop. We always do it. I have gone actually with the fish emoji because sometimes you catch the fishes and sometimes you mend the nets. And this game we caught no fishes, but we mended some important nets ahead of the new season. And that's what matters.
That's a lovely analogy.
It is. Chris, what have you got?
I'm going to go with the eyes rolling because that is what I'm doing every time we play, and then I see reactions to our games that don't matter.
Ollie, what have you got?
I'm going with the face that doesn't have a mouth emoji. Because what can you say? It's pre-season. That's it.
It is. Next up, we've got we've got AC Milan on August. What are my words? On Saturday at 1:00, and then the next day we play. I assume it's pronounced Johor Darul Tazim at 1:00. So that's going to be completely different squads, probably a different starting 11. You'd assume back to back.
One of those games will be an absolute waste of time more than the other one, because one of those games is going to be full of players who will not play a Premier League minute for us.
Oh, don't worry. I'll be back on Sunday, so I'm going to have to watch the highlights of the Saturday game. I'll probably watch it when I'm in the evening on Saturday when I'm in, hotel.
The AC Milan game will actually have our real players in it, and then the second game will have Liam Delap.
I will watch the highlights of it on Saturday, and then Sunday I'll have to watch the game and then it'll be a double winners and losers. We've done it before, and somehow 3 for 3 from both. And then we close out the preseason with Real Sociedad. So that's another week away. So Quaresma's questions, and it's a great one. It's an absolute legendary one from Ivrultzeya on the Discord. And I was meant to put it in the Monday show and I completely fumbled it. I forgot. I apologize. Social media apology coming soon. And they've said, does the pod agree with this alternative view of the transfer window so far? So this alternative view that trended on Chelsea socials from the Blue Benchmark, who said, unpopular point of view about the Chelsea transfer window. Morgan Rogers, not a first choice England starter. Lacroix, not a first choice France starter. Barco, not a first choice Argentina starter. Welbeck, more of a last 15-minute option. Henderson, mainly valuable for the dressing room. Cheverier, yet to play for Spain. Adam Wharton and Scott, rumoured, not in the current England squad. Amiga and Satpayev still have plenty to prove. Palestra, just 2 senior Italian appearances. Quenda, yet to earn a senior Portugal cap. Meanwhile, Chelsea have sold Cucurella, one of the best left-backs in the world. Spain's undisputed starter, Euro champion and World Cup winner. Enzo Fernandez, if he's leaving, Argentina's undisputed starter and a World Cup winner. And yet, strangely enough, we still believe this has been Chelsea's best transfer window under Bluecoat. I am really optimistic that Alonso will be the difference, but what do the Chelsea fans think? What do you think of that alternative take? It's an interesting proposition.
You know what? It's
not necessarily wrong. It's quite a pessimistic view, but
very Chelsea.
The thing that view maybe misses out is I think The biggest, I would argue, Chelsea's biggest problem last season was the things off the pitch affecting things on the pitch. So the culture, the stuff in the manager dressing room, getting new managers in, the changes, the petulance, the red cards, all of that was affecting things on the pitch. But they were all things that can be fixed off it. And I think some of the best signings that we've made are players who are looking to fix that problem. So, you've got Xabi Alonso for a start who wants to do this cultural reset at the club. That's really important. Probably our most important signing. I can see where people are coming from with someone like Henderson, but he is important for the dressing room. And let's be honest, it's not like our players have an abundance of winning experience or leadership. So someone's got to do it. And if Henderson's going to do it and people are happy and people like him, then that's just going to help us. And we got him on a free. So it's like, how much can you really complain? And then after that, it's, Welbeck, who, maybe he's not the best striker in the world, but we need a bit of experience and goal scoring. That's what he does offer. He scored 10 goals in his last 2 seasons for Brighton. So, he should probably be able to do something for us as well with a bit better service. I think there's a positive, there's an optimistic and a pessimistic way to view this transfer window. I think a lot of Chelsea fans, because of Alonso specifically, are choosing to view it more optimistically. It could still go wrong, but I don't know. It feels a little bit doomery for this point in the season.
I mean, it could be so much worse. Look at Arsenal. They went for Morgan Rogers. He said no. They went for Vinny Jr. He used them so well. And they've signed nobody.
Yeah.
We're a week away from the new... Well, we're not a week away. EFL isn't a week. You get my point.
Well, my sort of question back to that would be, why are they putting so much stock in what they're doing for their international teams?
True.
Because all of the points they made there was, well, he doesn't start for France, he doesn't start for England, he doesn't start for Argentina. So I don't know why that's not relevant, is it? Because there can be loads of different reasons why they don't start for those teams. It's not necessarily, well, they're not as good as the person who's playing. You look at Morgan Rogers, for example. Morgan Rogers had a much better season in the Premier League than Anthony Gordon did. But Anthony Gordon started because he's a different profile of player. He's a runner in behind, which is what Harry Kane needs. Harry Kane doesn't need a Morgan Rogers who's going to play in the half space, because that's where Harry Kane plays. So that's the reason why he didn't start and Gordon did. It doesn't make Gordon a better player. It makes him a better fit for that team. So I don't know why we're putting stock in what they're doing for their international teams. You can look at any transfer window one of two ways. You can either be optimistic about it or you can be pessimistic about it. That to me just seemed a little bit overly pessimistic.
Based on that, I've got to bring up 3 players that are absolutely insanely world class. They were considered some of the best in their position. All goalkeepers, all Italian. And naturally, Gianluigi Buffon started every single game that he could have for the Italian national team. However, at that same generation, they had Pagliuca, they had Peruzzi and Toldo. Oh my word. All of them right now in their prime would... I love Sanchez, but they'd walk into our team. And yet they never started for Italy because of Buffon. There's always a reason.
With Lamens, to be fair.
Shut your face. They're absolutely... How dare you? How dare you put his name in amongst Italian royalty? How dare you? Yeah,
it was more during the comparison to Sanchez.
Fuck.
But to be fair, he got away with one. He's nutmegged for one of the goals, wasn't he? Not for one of the goals against Spurs.
I'm just appalled. I mean, Lamens, he's lovely, but is he married? Is he engaged? No. Just saying. Just throwing that out there. Congrats, Rob. Wishing you all the best. Yeah, I think it's a very pessimistic. I've saved the date. I don't even know what day it is. I've saved it though. So, yeah, I think it's a bit pessimistic, isn't it? So, anyway, I think we'll end it with a good old game. Lone Army Carousel on a Friday show, and today the category is It's Just Naming Some Dudes. No player was able to hit the 20-goal landmark during the 08-09 Premier League season, but 24 players did hit double figures for that season. And it's just naming some names that you just go, oh yeah, that player. Oh yeah. Just naming some dudes. So I want you to name me all 24 players that scored 10 or more goals in the 08-09 Premier League season. And I'll be kind and let Ollie go first because he was a little youngling back then.
Yeah, I was a little bit. I was 10.
There was none of these players are players you'd go, who? They're just all of them are just,
Okay, all right. I'm going to go with one who I'm pretty sure was well up there at the time. Nicolas Anelka.
Nicolas Anelka scored 19 goals for Chelsea Football Club, the most of that season.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
He scored 18. He was second for Manchester United.
I don't know. I'm going to go with...
Yeah, he scored 11 goals.
For we do not care.
Yeah.
Why don't we go with Carlos Tevez?
Carlos Tevez. He didn't score double figures that season.
Oh, you're kidding.
Chris, you can throw any name out and you win. Any name. Fernando Torres of Liverpool FC, 14 goals that season. Congratulations, Chris. It's the easiest point you'll win all season.
Right, listen, I was 10 years old. It's 4 a.m. All right?
Yeah, it's fair.
Who?
I had some more if you want.
Please go right ahead. I'm actually looking how many Tevez scored that season.
I'm trying to think in my head who would have scored 10. Sean Wright Phillips, maybe?
No.
Steven Gerrard.
He
that was the
got
Liverpool
16.
challenging for the title, yeah.
He got a lot. How many? 08-09. Tevez got 5 for United. Oh,
wow.
No. That's not great.
Frank Lampard.
He scored 12.
Of course, Lampard always scores 10 goals.
Darren Bent.
Tottenham, 12.
Rooney.
Wayne Rooney, United, 12.
Oh, I'm a fucking idiot.
There's so many iconic names here.
I think Dirk Kuyt had a decent season that year. He might have got 10.
He got 12.
Oh, 12.
Jermaine Defoe, maybe?
Jermaine Defoe, 10 for Spurs and Tottenham. Spurs and Portsmouth, sorry.
Spurs and Tottenham.
Gabby Agbonlahor.
That's not the player, but yes, he got 11 for Villa.
Is Peter Crouch on there by any chance?
Peter Crouch got 11 for Portsmouth.
Wow, what a player. I might be wrong. It's either this season or it might have been the one before. Can't really remember the year. Is this the year Robinho was actually half decent?
14, yeah. You've got...
Robinho was half decent one? My goodness.
You've got a player who shares a birthday with me. I love this player. He got married in a red suit. Oh, it was such a great suit. Fuck, love that suit. Oh, I can see him in that.
For?
He played for Sunderland. Oh my word, he looks so cool in that red suit.
08-09 for Sunderland.
What a legend. I love that. He's so cool.
08-09 Sunderland? I have no idea.
No, I don't know.
He played in an iconic Auxerre kit that had PlayStation on it as a sponsor. PlayStation 2. Oh, he's one of the... He's just what a gem of a player.
Nope, no idea.
QPR? Liverpool? French?
Gibril Cisse.
Gibril Cisse. What a player. I'd get if someone offered me an Auxerre kit with his name on it, I'd get it just because of the birthday link. I just think
he was at Sunderland.
I didn't even know he was there.
Yeah, he was there for a loan spell, 35 games.
On loan. All right.
Yeah. We got a Wigan player who had a great half season. Rumoured to go to Liverpool, and he never did. Okay. We
Hugo
got
Rodallega?
No, it wasn't him. And
Jordi Gomez?
No, the
Eski?
second most famous Egyptian, other than Mido. Third famous then.
Amir Zaki.
Blackburn Rovers, iconic player.
Morgan
Not Roque
Pedersen.
No, not Roque Santa Cruz, the other striker.
Yakubu.
Benny McCarthy.
Yes.
Benny McCarthy.
Former Blue who ended up literally touring the UK. He was at West Ham for this season.
He was at West Ham this season, just got.
No, not this season, but back then.
I was going to say
10 goals for West Ham. I think he's on Talk Sport now.
Carlton
Cole. Arsenal's favourite player who ran half the pitch.
Adebayor.
Yep. Another Aston Villa, absolute iconic player. Streets won't forget player, I'd say. Maybe.
Gabby Bonglahor.
No, he's already been said.
John Carew.
John Carew. I think he was in a film recently. Was he in film recently?
John Carew?
His wiki
John
page.
Carew was class, mate.
He was real
So
class.
John Carew had a film Carew.
Well, not according to this. I can't find. Anyway, Sunderland, another player. He's an iconic name.
Another player from Sunderland.
Did backflips. Played for Stoke, I think.
Did backflips. Probably scored against us several times. Played for Cardiff, Stoke.
No, this one's eluding me.
Kenwyn Jones.
Yes.
Two Bolton players now. One a striker,
Kevin Davis.
11 goals. No, this one's guy who always scored ludicrously outside the box goals. Well, it felt like he did. Matty Taylor. And we've got 3 players, 3 strikers, one for Stoke, one who played half a season at Spurs, half a season at Liverpool. That's the easy one. And an Arsenal player who left and won the title. Robbie Keane. And for Arsenal, it was another Rob.
Van Persie.
Yep. And for Stoke, it was a Rick.
Ricardo Fuller.
Damn right. There we go. Players from 08-09.
Well, sorry for my pitiful showing on that one, boys.
5 goals for Carlos Tevez that year.
Sometimes your mind just goes blank. And at 3 a.m., it will do.
Yeah.
Do you know what? It's because Tevez had that season where it was like him, Rooney, and Ronaldo all got a lot of goals. I think that might have been 10-11 or 11-12, perhaps. I can't remember.
Yeah, man. Well, do I do it? I'm not doing the breaking news because it's not appropriate, but DiMarzio has said that Enzo Fernandez is key to Chelsea's project, but City and Maresca think him as a dream signing. Lovely.
That really tells us nothing, doesn't it?
That's funny though, because I think Kylian Mbappe is our dream signing.
Wow.
I don't think we'll get him though.
A Lamborghini is my dream car.
I'm not being disrespectful to Fabrice Hawkins, but listen to this and just, unpack it. Malo Gusto could leave Chelsea. They have opened the door to a potential exit following the sign of Marco Palestra. Man City are interested, but not at that price. That's just a load of nothing. What did I learn from that? He could leave Chelsea. The door is potentially open. Man City are interested. What is that?
It's Schrodinger's transfer, isn't it? It's someone saying that, and then they can pretend that like they will have the scoop on it if it happens, and if it doesn't, they say, "Oh, I only said it could happen."
No, that's a 2 for me. That's a 2 on the transfer wheel. No, the transferometer, because I haven't even wheeled that out in a while. Where the fuck is that transfer scale? That's a 2. Monitoring the situation. I'm not impressed.
But that's a 1.
Well, 1. We're giving it a 1. Long-term admirers. Anyway, we're wrapping up the show. Thank you, as always, for tuning in. Don't forget, before you go, we are proudly partnered with Head in the Game, a mental health charity using football to support wellbeing and community. You can find out more at headinthegame.co.uk. Treat yourself well. We'll be back on Monday with our winners and losers from a double pre-season header of 2 not real games, but we'll have to treat them as such. So until then, that'll be us signing off. You've been listening to At The Bridge Pod, a Chelsea FC podcast. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram by searching for At The Bridge Pod. And if you're listening on Apple or Spotify, leaving us a review is always appreciated.